got to watch OneFour Against All Odds on Netflix. Came out on the 26th, Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. This shit was actually really cool. So, for anyone who doesn't know who OneFour is, for any of our listeners, OneFour is one of Australia's rap groups. They're the first ones to, I guess, bring Australian drill onto the scene. Also part of Western Sydney, represent. So it follows the story of Lex, YP, JM, Spenny, as well as Selly on their way to greatness as the group OneFour. But it also weaves in a lot of their activity as a group prior to the rap group as well, telling you the stories about them, OneFour as a gang, as well as all the other gangs of Western Sydney, and essentially just their story. Some of the members of OneFour during the creations of these albums were incarcerated as well, and it does speak on that too, as well as some of the activities that they got up to during, like, recording of their songs as well. But just how big these guys blew up and the outreach that they had, not only in Australia, but internationally as well. Like, we had people like Stormzy, Skepta, Dave, Kid Laroi, all praising these guys when their first album dropped. Yeah, Fergie did a music video and everything. It was unreal. But yeah, and as well as that, they had their own, well, with OneFour releasing their music, because it was assumed that it incited gang violence, as well as that. The New South Wales, I was about to say the New York Police Department, the New South Wales Police, had the Raptor Squad on these guys at all times, trying to stop them from making their songs or performing them. So they had no concerts in Australia that was sanctioned. So these guys performed in Brisbane once, and then every other tour they had was here, Perth, Brisbane, Adelaide, all cancelled because Raptor Squad went out and sent out notices to everyone who was giving them a venue and essentially blackmailing them into not letting them perform. So these guys had no form of, being able to tour because of the music they were making. It was fucking unreal. Like, all the shit you hear about in this doco is crazy, and it's still so recent too. Like, this is within the last 5 years that this has been happening as well.
Yeah, this is why we need someone to actually put through freedom of speech in our constitution, because we don't have it.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess that's basically all that this was just the explanation of OneFour, who they are and the struggles that they've been through. But thankfully, all of the members of OneFour are out of the system right now, which is awesome. They can continue to make music together as well. But this was an awesome documentary. I really like this.
Yeah.
Fucking made me want to listen to so much OneFour. And as well as that, the influence of OneFour really brought out a lot of other Australian rappers for me too. Like, I'm going to be honest, I was never a big fan of Australian accents on, songs. But there are some amazing beats out there. So OneFour, obviously specializing in drill music, the beats are crazy. But then you have other groups like the 046 out in Claymore and Aids and all that, and they do specifically G-funk style beats and shit like that.
Have you seen Claymore and Aids?
Yeah, that shit is nuts out there.
It's wild out there. Some wild boys out there, man.
Yeah.
Like that, when we talk about Aussie ghetto, that's an Aussie ghetto.
Fucking 87 and 96% housing commission, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Campbelltown is wild.
And right now, it's just all bloody vacants. So there's you'll get a burnt down one, and then you'll get a normal one, and there's still people living in these vacants. There's no doors on them and stuff like that, but there's people living in there.
Yeah. It's fucking unreal, man.
If you're homeless and listening to this, go out to Aids.
True. Some good housing out there for you. Some of the boys, they're saying that, because they live out in Minto and Ingleburn and all that shit, back in the day when it was still really rough, one of the boys, his house used to get broken into nearly every year. And they just take shit and leave. Thankfully, no one got hurt, but it was just regular.
Me again. Yes, I'll take all your shit.
I left it all at the door for you. But yeah, this was great. Did you have any thoughts on it there, Big Dog?
Yeah, I liked it. It was a good doco, and it was good in kind of getting into OneFour and their sort of day to day. It was a bit sort of confronting. Just like one of the lines that they have in their songs, they actually speak on this that was stabbed in a rival gang, and it was almost like, yeah, we're putting it out there, but we didn't expect the sort of blowback that we got because they're implicating basically themselves in the song.
Yeah,
That
100%.
that was a bit wild. There is this thing in Australia where, like the Raptor unit, which that was fucking disgusting as well. There's a O that's on tape that's saying we will legally harass these O's until they break up, and that is weekly raids on their family homes. We're stopping you in the streets. We're following your cars. We're doing pullovers as much as possible and searching your cars and seeing where you're going and asking your parents, like, what are you doing? What's happening? Like there was one raid where the daughter was walking back to the front of the house and like the cops are there with like their guns in her face and shit. Like it's crazy. It's crazy the reach that these O's have. And I know that the lyrics they might incite violence because people want to be in that life. They might find that alluring. And like we didn't grow up in Mount Druitt or whatnot, but I don't think all of Mount Druitt's that way. I don't like the way that it's been painted either. Like I've got family over there and I'm not getting set trip going in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But like I don't know if it painted the best picture of that community, which is like they've built it the fuck up. It is
yeah,
not the Mount Druitt from back then.
yeah, 100%.
Um, but it's like it was a really really good watch. Like these guys are talented, and that's where I come in. Like I feel empathetic for them is because creatively they're trying to sort of make a lane for themselves. And like when you're an artist, having touring cut out of your revenue stream is a big fucking hit. So for for the Raptor squad to go to every venue that you're planning a concert in and say, hey, these guys are felons, these guys incite violence. And when they do have a concert, fucking fans go crazy. There's nothing that happens though, because they get warned. The audience gets warned. If there's a violent sort of incident, no more concerts are happening. So everyone plays ball.
Mm.
You know what I mean? The cops don't give a shit. You see them just stopping a concert and not giving them a reason why. Now, I have like another theory where I kind of go into could this be fabricated to increase, you know what I mean? Increase the sort of the rep of this group, because I think a lot of things in pop entertainment are fabricated through the media and sort of through social media to make things more popular. But yeah, I really felt for these guys from a creative point of view. But like there's some stuff that like they're legit street thugs that are fighting on the streets. They're not organized crime. And all of it is about there's another group of people coming into my area and we're going to fight them. That's legit what the rivalries are between these gangs. It's not bikies or anything. They're street gangs. There is one fight where these O's they're in a train station. Someone throws a fucking Molotov into the fucking train station.
Yeah,
And people are trapped in there and the fucking flames are going crazy. Luckily no one dies. There's one instance and it looked mad on camera. Yeah, it looked cool. But there's 400 people just walking down the streets of Mount Druitt and cops can't do fuck all.
No,
Yeah.
But they're lighting flares. They're fucking like doing burnouts in the street. It looked fucking mad though.
Yeah. That's
it-
the Spot the Difference music video.
but yeah, it goes from music video to just running the streets.
Yeah.
That's
It's
how it
fucking
is
crazy.
right now in ads and Claymore.
Yeah.
For real?
They don't give a fuck out there. It's legitimately ghetto.
Well, yeah, because now they with the housing. Because when I was at the cop shop, they were saying that a lot of these O's, it was all housing, like you said, 96% housing, like public housing, and then they just started shutting it down.
Yeah, then
and trying to space it out.
The government bought all that. They're going to put up new public housing there now. They're building. They want to change it. They want to change the name now to something else. Change
That's
the name
always-
of ads to something else.
Fucking, it's like Newground or some shit like that.
Something wild. But
Yeah.
everyone's like, that's fucking ads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah, it's wild.
Newbrook. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Sounds like a place you'd want to go.
Yeah.
Well, you should see what it is now. There's actually some places built already. And it looks like your house.
Yeah.
Dozens and dozens of houses that look like yours.
Yeah.
They fucking better get cracking on that real estate. That's all I'm saying. Bezos is lacking on actual new developments and finishing those houses.
Yeah. It's they'll get to it eventually. It's always one of those things, the propositions for the new prime minister. We'll get this done in 4 years, but they never have sufficient funding for it because they do something else.
Well,
Build another
they
fucking
got
airport.
the funding, but like everything else, it takes time. You know what I mean? They got the $4 billion or whatever it is. They got the funding, but you can't put a house up in a fucking day. It's not going to change anything for anyone for the next 4 years.
But that's also bullshit because they choose to go through one specific housing development place and not utilize anyone else because they funnel money through that.
Oh, so they're mates. Of course.
Yeah, that's the bullshit that's kind of going on. It's the shaking of hands behind the scenes that cucks me out.
Yeah.
If everyone else pays, and then the fucking, like, you know, the price of rent increases. Like,
But the
fucking hate
crazy
getting into the politics and shit because it's the
Yeah.
people that suffer. It cucks me out.
Yeah, 100%. The craziest thing about this as well is that they will receive a base amount of funding, but they will still try and minimize the expenditure. So, for example, with the Department of Housing, they will haggle with their regular tradies to try and get things installed at the lowest rates. They will literally go down to how much the cost is for one piece of something. So it could be one of those rails that you use to stand up for like occupational therapy when you're on the toilet and shit like that. And they'll be like, the cheapest that you can go for this is $19, and I want it at $19. So they are saving that money. It is fucking crazy.
All goes back to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taxes, everything.
Everyone should just be politicians. You know what I mean? And then I
Yeah.
can lose my job and still get paid $495,000 a year.
Fucking oath. It's either that or they run the fucking streets like OneFour did. You get 400 people rushing down fucking Canberra.
I don't see why, I'm not calling to do this, but I don't see why people don't do that. But I can see why, because they're not organized.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
and also, like, there's a lot of people that have families, you know what I mean? They don't want the blowback. They don't want all that drama. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want change.
Some people are Commissioner Gordon, some people are Matt Modine.
Fucking hell.
Getting their back broken viciously.
Fucking badly, exploding into a million pieces in the ends. Fucking hell.
Oh, shit. One of the things that they did actually mention in this doco, which was awesome for me, was that with Raptor Squad focusing on violent crime and gang violence, they put up the statistics for violent crimes that occur in Australia, and all of them in regards to SA as well as something else.
Yeah.
And gang crimes or violence is not on that list at all.
Yeah. They said
Probably drunk and
Sydney,
disorderly.
probably, but they said that Sydney crime has dropped to the lowest that it's been in decades. They said it's the safest Sydney has ever been.
Yeah.
So them going after these O's is bullshit. Like it's
Yeah.
just for media and publicity.
Yeah.
And it's fucking stupid, right? Because there is a point. There's a line where a person becomes an artist, and they might have dealings in the street or whatnot. But I'm pretty sure the grass is fucking greener for them to keep putting out music than it is to keep doing the bullshit that they was doing in the streets.
Well, that's the choice that they need to make. You want them out there on the streets, or you want them actually just rapping about the streets?
And that's what the O says.
Rapping.
Yeah.
How, like, I think about like Redfern and all those little suburbs just out, like literally just outside of our city. We're talking 15 minutes. And how dangerous those areas were back in the day. Like everyone was like, no, you can't go out there. Like nobody goes out there. There was housing commissions out there. People are getting stabbed. We're doing heroin out here. Like,
yeah,
that's how it was. And now, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the cleanest part of the city. It's cleaner than the normal city.
Fucking big time. That's what the O says, though. He says, if you fuck up my music shit, when we go back to the life, I'm gonna be worse than ever.
Yeah.
I'm playing catch up now.
Yeah.
With all that money I lost, I'm playing catch up now. This is it now.
And it's also the reason, right? Well, what I think is one of the reasons why, like, Aussie music has famous exports that never come back to Australia.
Oh yeah.
Because it's more profitable for them overseas. Kid Leroy, he caught one and he fucking went for it. You know what I mean?
It's what you're supposed to do. You hold on as long as you can. You can't let it go stale.
Yeah.
Especially in the music business when there's new music coming out literally every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. Your presence needs to be felt all the time. Like you need to be that shadow just in the background that people talk about. It's on the way. Like it's coming. And when it comes, it's going to be amazing. Pause.
True. I was just going to say there needs to be a pause on feeling your presence.
I was just feeling my presence. That's what Louis C.K. was doing.
It's a gift.
I have a soft spot for the Polynesian community. Obviously, my kid's half, like Jules and her family and whatnot. So, like seeing these kids, it's just misdirected energy. But when these guys buckle down and they do shit,
when they're focused,
fucking hell,
unstoppable.
Yeah, it really is
unstoppable. It's amazing.
100%.
Like what's big in their community is actually sitting down and like being honest. Like, this is how you fucked up. What are you gonna do now? You know what I mean? And that's when they kind of focus in. Because their parents, when you look at their parents, they're stable. They're not fucking around. You don't see the dad, but like you see the mom, and like I've been in fucking like family homes that look like that, and moms that act like that, and they got their shit together.
True. Yeah. Even growing up, man, like I always felt the safest with, like, you know, the Polynesian community, even at school, outside of, they're always very friendly. Yeah. But it's as soon as you piss them off, that's when they fuck you up. But if you're cool with them, they cool with you.
It's just like to have a laugh. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah. And they're really inclusive.
Yeah.
And they love to mock.
Yeah.
But I was always scared of Polynesians because the first time that I seen a Samoan chick punch this like I was in like he was like 2 years younger than her.
Yeah.
2 years like in fucking high school. But anyway, Samoa was holding him because he violated and he did some shit to her. So some O was holding him, and this chick was just fucking laying into him. And when I say the O's fucking face was fucking like just busted in, like from 2 shots, and I was like, I don't think I could ever be with a Polynesian woman.
Oh shit. But yeah, some of the best communities, man. So welcoming, so loving as well. That's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah. I hope shit gets sorted out with OneFour.
Yeah,
Because if these O's actually get a run, they could do big business for the touring venues in Australia for themselves. They could be an export that are legally allowed to go overseas without Raptor intervening. Even in New Zealand, they sent letters, which meant that one of those couldn't fucking perform in NZ, their first international show.
yeah.
It's like, if you were to cut the legs out of take the legs out of someone's dream, how would they fucking act? They'd be cornered. You know what I mean? You fuck with someone's money long enough, you're gonna get what you fucking, you're gonna find what you're looking for.
Yeah, there's going to be blowback. There's going to be a lot of blowback.
100%. The craziest thing with these guys, they're so dedicated to their work as well. That fucking Spenny was the only one who could perform in NZ because JM's had the prize and couldn't go. And he still performed. It was just him of the 5. And he still fucking killed it.
Yeah. You know what I was like thinking of when I was watching it? That drill rapping, right? They get a lot of acapellas. That's the shit that gets you hyped, because when the beat kicks in, that's what it...
Yeah, fucking hell. Because drill isn't just a beat. It's literally just talking about real life shit. The art of drill is to just tell your story about your ends and your yard, fam.
And sometimes you speak on the waist, man.
Fuck.
That's why I always fucking loves drill, man. Can't catch me fucking not enjoying drill. Fuck, I love Skefta. I love Dave. Stormzy. Fuck all them. Central C. JME. Fucking hell.
Who's your number 1 driller?
Hey, yeah.
My driller. I actually don't know, if I'm being honest. It might be fucking Octavian, if I'm like... Octavian, part of Essie Gang? Fucking awesome.
Okay.
Who's that O that does that? That right there is a violation.
Fuck. I don't even know.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it is. Even Brody says that shit.
That one there is a violation.
Fuck. I was just thinking they should do an album called Driller.
I wouldn't be surprised there's already one out there. I'm searching.
It's too much like tip drill from bloody what's his face, Nelly, and that shit was raunchy.
Raunchy.
It was. It's show that shit on like BET at night and shit.
Wow.
Jesus.
The O or
wild video? A wild video.
Is it a chick or a guy?
It's a Nelly song, but it's just all like just naked women's.
Okay. I will investigate later. Excuse me.
But yeah, this was awesome. Really enjoyed this. Fucking, I hope the best for OneFour, and I hope to see some more music, man. It's been 8 months since we got a single.
They'll pop off again, for sure.
100%.
For sure. Now that all of them are out, yeah. Get them features in the bag. Get it done, man. All right. That is a wrap on all the reviews this week. We're back on Thursday. Come check us out. We're talking David Fincher's The Killer.
Yeah.
In cinema experience. So be sure to check in for that. That drops on Netflix on November 10th. So listen to that. We'll give you like a little leg up into the movie there. And yeah, check us out on all social media: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, YouTube. Give us a like and a subscribe. Just helps us get into more spaces, get that content, and bring it back to you. Love yourself. Love movies.
Vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.
Right there was a violation.